Now! Thank you, Agent K. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Hey there everyone, and welcome back, and welcome to, if it's your first time, I hope all of you are having a pretty awesome week and are doing well, and I guess you know what time it is.
It's peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly!
It's time for another video. And let me say, be forewarned, I only have one new pop to show you, so I decided we would do something just, well, which is not normal from me and my channel, so to speak, but we're going to kind of take a look at what started my Funko obsession and talk just a little bit about how I got into Funko. But before we get into that, of course, if you want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. Don't forget to turn the notifications bell on. Then you'll know when I upload new material. And of course, hit the happy button. And look how odd my thumbs are. But anyway, be sure and hit that happy button. And of course, comments are always welcome. And I do try to reply them all because it is pretty interesting to interact with people. At least I think so. Anyhow, actually I do have a question before we really get moving on with this video. I wanted to talk a little bit, or just a moment, about out-of-the-box pops. Thought I would get some people's opinions, because when I started out collecting, I definitely planned to be an in-box collector. However, I must admit that I am building quite a little collection of out-of-the-box pops, but the thing is, I still keep all the boxes. And that's beginning to take up some space for sure, and I just I've been debating on whether or not to keep the boxes or to get rid of them. None of them are really super valuable, you know, it's all stuff in the $10 to $15 range. But I don't know, how do you guys feel about throwing away boxes? Do you do out of the box? I know for a long time I did not, but as I said, I have accumulated quite a little collection. So anyway, you guys are more than welcome to comment down below. Give me your thoughts on keeping boxes. Like I said, I've kind of accumulated a nice little collection, but I'm really trying to decide whether to keep those empty boxes or just go ahead and let go of them. Anyway, so let's take a look at the one pop that I did pick up. And our one pop is the
I
Falcon,
can't think of anything
from the
worse.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, of course, I am a big Marvel guy, but I will say the Falcon is definitely not near the top of the list as far as my favorite characters go. But I do have to be honest, Funko did a pretty tremendous job as far as the details in this particular pop. It came out really well, and I do like the pop itself, even the little pose there. Please overlook the glare, of course. But definitely a cool pop, and it was really one of those things where I had some rewards cash to use, so I basically, you know, didn't pay anything for the pop, which is why I picked it up, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we will move forward and let's talk a little bit about Funko and how I got into it. The first pop I ever actually owned was this. Jason Voorhees, because I am a big horror nut, and Jason happens to be, as far as I guess you would call the big movie franchises, he is absolutely my favorite character. And a friend of mine named Kim give this to me as a birthday gift. And I'll be honest, while I do love Jason, I just thought it looked weird, and it probably was in my car for about a week before I brought it in, and this is not actually what led me to my Funko obsession. What led me was a short time after. I was at work and we got in the Garbage Pail Kids Funko really big mystery minis. And to be honest, I did not buy one right away because I thought the price point was kind of high.
Are there any left? Shut up and take my money.
You may know from watching my channel, I'm pretty much a cheapskate. So despite how bad I wanted to see what these things looked like, I did not purchase one, and a year went by and we were still selling them, and a coworker of mine purchased one and opened it, and he just wanted to see what it looked like, and he told me that if I gave him $3 I could have it, which of course I did, and lo and behold, that is really what started the obsession. Now, I don't want to make this a big super long video or anything, and in case you do watch my channel, you've probably heard me say this before, but growing up, the Garbage Pail Kids were my favorite collectible. And of course I had He-Man and Transformers and all the normal toys you would in the 80s, but I can remember, I think it was in like 2nd grade. I'm pretty sure it was 2nd grade. And we had these little newsletters that we read called the Weekly Reader that would, you know, it's basically kind of like a little newspaper for children. And I remember reading these articles about these cards, sticker cards called the Garbage Pail Kids, and how they outraged parents and grossed them out. And that night, my family went to Kmart, and I made sure and looked for these, and lo and behold, I found them. They were on the 3rd series at this point in time. And I got my first pack, and I automatically fell in love with them. And in fact, to this day, out of that first pack, I got Mugged Marcus, and for some reason that card has always stuck out in my mind. And it's forever been my favorite all-time Garbage Pail Kids card. So anyway, back to the Funko thing. I, of course, ended up getting the entire first series of the Garbage Pail Kids really big mystery minis, and then I collected the 2nd series as well. And this was my main tie for quite some time to Funko. Loved these things, they look tremendous, and in a moment we are going to take a look at those and perhaps talk a little bit about it. We'll see. Sorry, trying to hurry this along, but anyhow, and from that it just kind of grew. I started buying a couple of pops here and a couple of pops there, and before I knew it, Funko had basically taken over my house. And of course, I do have most of the Garbage Pail Kids pops. I do still need to get Ghastly Ashley, which I've never picked up for some reason. I really need to do that. I also need the Atom Bomb Chase, and you know, there's a couple of odds and ends like the bigger Atom Bomb, and also like the Donald Trump as Atom Bomb. Which, speaking, since Freddy Funko is such a big thing, and we have like uber many thousand Freddy Funko pops as this character or that, where is Freddy Funko as Atom Bomb? You need to get on that Funko immediately. Okay, so anyway, that was a semi-quick history of how much I love Garbage Pail Kids, I guess, basically, and how they kind of led me into my Funko Pop collection, because those were the first item that really drew me to Funko. And what do you say we go ahead? As I said, I have the first series and 2nd series of the mystery minis. I think are really big mystery minis. I think these things look absolutely fabulous. The detail, they look like what you would expect them to if they were to come off the card. And I love these things, and you know, I really wish there would have been a Series 3. But, you know, maybe someday, fingers crossed. Anyhow, let's take a look. Okay, so here we are with our first series of the Garbage Pail Kids Really Big Mystery Minis. And we are going to look at these 4 at a time. Each set contains 12 characters. And if you are familiar with the Garbage Pail Kids, you are aware that each card had an A and B card. It was the same card, but they had an alternate name. And of course, we will start to our left with the most iconic of all Garbage Pail Kids, which is Atom Bomb, who was on the front of the pack, I want to say through, I know Series 3, but I want to say maybe through 5. I would actually have to look that up. But Atom Bomb's alternate name was Blasted Billy. Next to that, we have Leaky Lindsay, also known as Messy Tessie. Then Mr. Nat Nerd, or also known as Clark Kent. And finally, to the right, you have Mad Mike, also known as Savage Stewart. Okay, so here we have our next 4, and so that we don't end up with a super long video, we'll just use one name for each. And the first one on our left there, that Hopscotch, that is the one that my coworker purchased, and once that was in my possession, then I was hooked and I had to have them all. But then you have Nasty Nick, Alligator, and Ghastly Ashley. And I mean, if you just look at the details in these are absolutely amazing. I love this set. And our final 4 from Series 1, is New Wave Dave, Phony Tony, TV Stevie, and J Decay. And these are probably my 4 favorite, besides Atom Bomb, of Series 1. Very, very cool. Like I said, I just adore these. Okay, so Series 2, we'll start off with what we will call the Brain Trust, which is Brainy Brian, Brainy Janie. Then we have Fryin Ryan and Cyclops. Then again, from left to right, we have Mean Gene, Split Kit, which is another great looking one, Richie Rich. I think the vomit here is fantastically done. And then, of course, on the end we have Corroded Car. Okay, finally, we finish our really big mini mystery minis, Series 2 of the Garbage Pail Kids, with Beastie Boyd, Kim Kong, Eerie Eric, and Buggy Bit. Like I said, these are just so fantastically done and detailed. I don't know how you would not just love these. I know personally, this is one of my favorite Funko items that I own, and even if I were to sell all my pops, which I don't plan on ever doing, the Garbage Pail Kids here would be one. These would remain with me. Alright, so there you go. There's a little glimpse into, I guess, my head, my likes, and my collection. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video and getting to see a little bit into my world, I suppose. Also, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, and if you're not, be sure to do so. And on that note, you guys take care, and I'll hope to see you on the next video.